So this video right here is just to give you some information on, if you're coming to California and you want to hunt turkeys, just some general regulations and things that you should know. And don't 100% take my word on this. I could be wrong on some of these, but this will at least get you a start. And that's the purpose of this, is to give you something to get a start on knowing what you need to do to hunt turkeys here in California. For one, it's pretty obvious. They have it marked all over that you need to shoot non-toxic shot. No big deal for me. I'm going to TSS, or I've been shooting TSS this year. But you need to shoot TSS or steel or some sort of non-toxic shot. The one that's tricky is there's a 5 p.m. end of shooting time. So end of day is 5 p.m. for shooting time for turkeys. It's not really well placed in the regs. You have to look for it, and it used to be 4 p.m. So double check that before you come, because it has changed before, but as of today, it's 5 p.m. is your end of legal shooting time. The turkey season, I know this year it goes March 25th. I think it starts the 4th weekend in March. I could be wrong there, but it's end of March and it goes till April 30th. You're only allowed 1 a day, and you can get 3 a season. There are no tags, so you don't have a tag here like you would in a lot of other states. What you need to hunt here in terms of licensing is you need a hunting license, an upland bird stamp, and then an HIP. It's about $180, and with that $180, you can legally shoot 3 turkeys. So from that standpoint, it's a pretty good deal to be able to shoot 3 turkeys for an out of state for about $188. You need hunter education. So if you're born after, I think it's like 75, or don't quote me on that. You might need hunter education certificate to hunt here. For me, I was able to take a picture of my hunting license from a different state, and they were able to use that to give me my hunter education, which then allowed me to buy a hunting license. It took about 3 days to do that, so I would be getting your license ahead of time. I would get it online and get that taken care of and out of the way. So you can use your hunting license from a different state or a hunter ed certificate. And like I said, it took me about 3 days to get it okayed, and then at that point I was able to buy a license. As soon as I paid for my license, I was able to print it out, and it was good for, I think, a month. Just print it out. So if you are getting a license at the last minute, you can print it out, and mine was valid for like a month. And then it took about 2 weeks to get the hard copy from the state. So again, I would get your license way ahead of time so you can get that all taken care of. One thing I've learned is this is a big state with a lot of different turkey regions. So some people are hunting, really low, and you might be thinking you're going to hunt high. One thing I ran into is places that I wanted to go had snow, and I couldn't hunt there. So it is an early season, and some of these areas, you're going to want to go much later, depending, look at the elevation. I was looking at the cameras from the state transportation to get an idea of snow levels, and that sort of helped me look at where I was going to hunt. I will say it's a little bit harder of a state to hunt out west. So I would expect to put in a few days, if you want to shoot a turkey. But it is a little bit more challenging here than maybe some of the other states. There's a lot of areas that can hold turkeys. That, I think, makes it a challenge. There's a lot of the state that could hold turkeys and doesn't. And so it takes more looking to find turkeys. The population wasn't as dense. I don't know if the drought, we've been through a drought the last few years. I don't know if that's affected it. Some people have been telling me that turkey numbers are down, and that's possibly why. Hunting pressure is a little bit higher in this state compared to, like some other states out west. So expect to potentially run into some other hunters There's a lot of different options of hunting here. You know, like I said, it's a big state, and a lot of different types of terrain that turkeys are in. So again, don't quote me on this. I'm only making this video to give you sort of a start on where to look and an idea on some of the rules and help you get started. You should definitely verify all the legalities and look through the regs. Some of it's a little bit confusing, and so from what I've seen and learned, I'm just trying to give sort of what I've seen. But again, I'm not a game warden or an official for the state, or you should do your own research. I'm just here to give you a head start on coming turkey hunting in California if you're out of state.